Silvia, you have speed. Go ahead.
Greta, the obvious necessary first question. How important was Little Women for you and the character of Jo in your life?
Well, Jo was my heroine when I was growing up. She was my favorite character. She was the reason that I thought I could be a writer. She was kind of my North Star. And the book was so important to me. And I read it and reread it, and these girls felt like my sisters, and this story felt like my story. So to get the opportunity to make this movie the way I wanted was just an extraordinary gift.
But you also changed the structure a lot and worked with it. Tell us how you decided to structure this movie.
Well, I think when you approach a text that's, as important as this text was to me, you always want to find your way in. And I thought that just as Jo wanted to be a writer and Louisa was a writer, I felt like I had permission to be a writer with it. And one of the things to me was seeing this difference between adulthood and childhood. And the first key to that was actually Beth and the character of Beth, because in childhood she gets sick and then she gets better, and then in adulthood she gets sick and she doesn't, and she dies. And I thought that was very emotional to me, and I wanted to layer the stories and to have it grounded in adulthood so that childhood was the thing that you were trying to get back to figure out how to move forward, because that's the time when you're big and brash and brave and say everything you want, and then sometimes in adulthood, especially women, get smaller. So I wanted to structure the story to be as adults looking to get that brave girl back.
The book was written 150 years ago, and you made it a story of today. How so?
Well, I think so many of the themes that are in the book are so modern, and I felt like so many of the lines just jumped out at me as if they could have been written yesterday, like the character of Amy, played by Florence Pugh, saying, "I want to be great or nothing," or Marmee saying, "I'm angry almost every single day." Those seem like incredibly modern sentiments, and I felt like there was something just so fresh about the language, and then on top of that, the themes of the book, and how this theme of women and money and ambition, and where does that go if the world is not big enough to hold it, is something that I think we're still coming up against today, and it's something that women keep growing into. And I think I felt like there was an opportunity to make something with a slightly different focus, and that was both emotional but also intellectually resonant.
And briefly, your work with Saoirse. Was she the Jo from the beginning?
Yes. Saoirse Ronan actually told me she'd be playing Jo. She did. She came up to me and she said, "I know you're making Little Women, and I'll be playing Jo because no one else can play it but me." And I said, "Yes, great, wonderful, you're Jo." It felt like she was being Jo. She told me later she'd never done that before. She'll probably never do it again. She just was so certain that she had to do it.
Thank you very much, Greta.
Thank you.